Goeienaand. Good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Now, this is information the South African government does not want you to know. Believe me, you can take that as a given. And this is a shout out to Bo and to Charles, who've provided me this information. Bo says, I heard from a reliable source, a British gentleman that I've known for some years now, that April 2019 was a record month for emigration from South Africa to greener pastures. I understand from the discussion that I had with the gentleman that 70% of these people leaving South Africa were non-white people. Be that as it may, and slightly off topic, Prague seems to suggest that race-based murders, black on white, has reached a crescendo. Now, Charles sent me the following article, which is very, very interesting, and it basically confirms what Bo has heard. And again, this is information that the South African government does not want out there because it reflects their incompetence and their failure to keep good, skilled people. South Africans with skills are leaving the country. Their reasons include better career opportunities as well as politics and economic stability. Statistics from the Department of Home Affairs showed that in 2017, 8 South African professionals left for every skilled foreigner who entered the country. That's a huge brain drain. Huge. The report estimated that over 500,000 South Africans had emigrated between 1989 and 2003, with the numbers growing by about 9% a year thereafter. About 120,000 of those who left had professional qualifications. Now, just one of those people, as we know, is Philippe. Look at this amazing career he's built for himself now in Scotland and the UK. Okay, of those 120,000 with professional qualifications, this represented about 7% of the total number of professionals employed in South Africa at that time. The UK, the US, Australia and New Zealand were the most popular countries for South Africans to settle in. Figures from the UK's Home Office of Analysis and Insight showed that 567,889 visas were granted in the first quarter of this year. Of this figure, 18,797 were South African. The figure was up from last year's first quarter numbers of 17,654. Now, let's just remember what Bo said, that the information he had received is that 70% of the people who migrated out of South Africa in just 1 month in April this year were non-white. It's telling you a story, isn't it? Dr. Matt Hagreen of the UK Home Office said the Office for National Statistics published estimates of the number of people immigrating to the UK, and the published figures were always broken down by yearly quarters. Last year, the US issued a decade-high number of immigrant visas to South Africans, 852 in 2009. In 2009, it issued 723. Australia lists South Africa as its 7th largest source of immigrants. According to a 2018 report by the Australian Department of Home Affairs, 4,235 South Africans relocated last year. The number of South Africans moving to New Zealand is also up. In March this year, Stats New Zealand released a report which said 7,900 South Africans had settled in the country since 2018. It was about 200 more than the previous year. The impact of emigration was being felt in the property sector. According to the latest FNB estate agent survey published in April, 14.2% of total sales were the result of emigration. Sifa Mandala Makwanzi, an analyst, said emigration-driven sales were expected to increase. He said according to estate agents, sales had doubled over the past 2 years and were more prominent in the coastal and upmarket areas. Michelle Wilson, a KwaZulu-Natal director of CEF in Kloof, said she had concluded from her interactions that more people than before were leaving South Africa. They were quite astute, had degrees, and were encouraged to emigrate to a new country like Australia, New Zealand, or the United Kingdom to follow their career paths, she said. Grant Gavin, a Remax broker and owner in the Durban North and Umhlanga areas, said the market was cyclical and dependent on a variety of factors. The emigration trend has increased since last year. The last time there was a spike in emigration was between 2008 and 2009, when issues with Eskom were flaring and Jacob Zuma was going to be elected president. People want stability and certainty and were willing to go to another country to find it, he said. He said emigrating was not an overnight decision. It's not easy. Long-term planning must be done, especially if entire families are relocating. However, every time someone listed their house, there was still someone who bought it, he said. Meanwhile, the Homecoming Revolution, a headhunting firm in Africa, said many South Africans who left later changed their minds. Every year the firm puts together a report, and its latest findings, Homecoming Trends, Report 2019, has some of the following quotes. Working abroad is amazing, but Africa is my home. So many opportunities and so much potential. After the May the 8th election, I believe that South Africa has the opportunity to be a new trajectory in so many ways. Me and my family are seriously considering coming back. And finally said, South Africans need to be more positive about their country, appreciate what they have and fight to keep it. I'm sick of being asked in disbelief why I left England. South Africans think everything is better abroad. They need a reality check. The report found 34% of those who participated in the study wanted to return, 22% remained undecided, and 44% showed no interest in returning. It found most South Africans thought about returning after having spent about 2 to 10 years abroad. It confirmed the top countries for South Africans to emigrate to were the UK, the US, Australia, and New Zealand. The primary reason behind leaving was to pursue career opportunities and utilize their qualifications and skills. According to the report, the top 3 areas of expertise of South Africans living abroad were in financial services, 21%, IT and tech, 20%, and the healthcare industry, 19%. It also said the main reasons for people wanting to return were reconnecting with friends and family, regaining a sense of belonging, the weather, and the lifestyle. Well, I can understand that situation with family. A lot of people who do leave South Africa and leave their family behind feel obligated to go back to South Africa, even on a temporary basis, to help family and friends. But there is a huge trend out of South Africa. Huge. Absolutely huge. And the brain drain, you just have to look at the hospitals. There's such a shortage of doctors. And the nurses are totally incompetent. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying you just have to look at some of those hospitals and the things that are going on there, and you understand that things are not right. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates, and have a great evening. Bye for now.